Hello guys, thanks again for tuning in. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online education platform with thousands of free lessons. Today I'd like to talk about motivation because lots of people ask me on Instagram, how do I find motivation for my drawings and for my art business at all? At first I'd like to say that everyone is unique. That means when I see something that inspires me to draw, that doesn't mean that you feel the same way as I did when I saw something that inspires me or keeps me motivated to draw. Okay, in the meantime I still don't need any motivation to draw. It's more like I am busy and I do my job. And my job is not always to draw something, but creating art like murals and other illustrations. And I just don't have the time to draw like for 1 or 2 hours because I am busy doing my job, And I always have something in mind that I would like to draw, like a pose or a different angle or a very interesting face or hairstyle, and then I search a reference photo which represents the pose or the dynamic what I want to draw. You see, it's not a question of motivation for me, but more a question of when do I have the time to draw again? I mean, just filling sketchbooks and have my time to draw. But in case that you have the time to draw, but not the motivation, let's talk about motivation at all. In this video, I'd like to give you 3 simple tips to get motivated to draw. Okay, but where comes motivation from? I mean, motivation is a mood of happiness. You want to create something that you didn't have before, and you kind of draw this image in your opinion. Okay, but how to create those happy little moments when you feel successful, I mean, you can't create an art piece which is really, really big and colorful and have lots of details, and you work about 4 weeks on it. So where's your motivation after 2 weeks working on it? You see no progress, you see no final result. And my tip for you is to create little tiny drawings, simple things, and something which takes about 1 hour or 2 hours to draw. And you can easily put these little experience and sketches and drawings together and create a big art piece after you have finished some variations of small things, So the motivation comes from many tiny happy moments, Okay, probably you have an Instagram account and try to post every drawing that you did, and imagine if you do tiny and fast drawings so you have more pictures to post. If you want to have a really successful Instagram account, you just have to post almost every day and get in touch with your community. And there is nothing better than tiny, fast drawings or sketches that you can show up almost every day or every second day. The result is your community likes your posts, comment your drawings, and you have a really, really good feedback, and that is the motivation to draw again and again and again. Okay, my second tip isn't really a real tip, it's more like something you got to avoid. And I call it less consume, more inspiration. Which means that I want you to be patient about how many time do you spend on social media. It's tempting to sit on the couch or lying in the bed and scroll down on social media and get lost in for like 1 or 2 hours just scrolling and see what other people's do and look how perfect they are and what art pieces they create. But let me tell you one thing, and this is real talk now. If you spend so much time to see what other people's do and how perfect they are and what things they create, then you cannot even focus on yourself and create something you want to bring yourself into a mood of happiness. Because you are mentally frustrated and physically sitting on a couch. And I mean, come on, stand up and create something big. Okay, if you want to learn drawing and don't have the right teacher, then go on Skillshare.com and find the online class you are interested in and thousands of classes. Click on the link in the comment section and get 2 months for free for Skillshare in any class you want. Okay, now it's time for tip number 3, the positive mindset. Somehow it's kind of similar to what I told you about social media. The pressure comes from the outside and changes your mind. Now, what is very important for you is to keep your mind free and stay in a positive mood, always. If your mindset is like, gosh, so many artists, they do such great jobs and I will never reach that, then guess what? You will never reach it because you don't believe in it. Imagination is so strong. And that is the reason why some artists don't need any reference photo. They are just drawing from imagination. Okay, I have a little short interruption and show you how I shade the shadow and light areas for the nose. Every object has got a reflecting light in the darkest part of the shadow. In this case, it's the underside of the ball. And on the nose, you have this reflecting light also. If you add this effect to your drawing, you will create much more of a realistic look. Okay, now once again to sum up, what can you do to keep your motivation to draw? First, don't create so big and time-intense artworks where you have no beneficial moments. The second tip is to focus on your skills. Try to develop them with practice. And don't waste time and consume bullshit on social media. Third and last tip is to keep your mindset positive. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know and write it down in the comment section. And I will do a short Q&A in my next video. Connect with me on Instagram if you want to see more artworks and daily posts. Write me a message. I spend half an hour a day to answer all these questions.